Hi there, this is Yolanda and welcome to episode 50 of the Digital Marketing Masters podcast. And every week I bring you easy, actionable tips, content and strategies that you can use to grow your business online almost immediately. Okay, so I am sounding a little different today. I am traveling. I am not in my home office. I'm off on the wilderness in the coast of South Africa. So I couldn't carry my entire kit with me. I was more concerned about safety and access to electricity to get this done for you. So I'm on my mobile kit, so it's sounding a little bit different. Hopefully it's still in a manner in which you can consume this content. But hopefully it's just for this week and I can be back in my home office next week to put out some more good content for you on digital marketing. Now, the 15th of January is coming up, and if you're an avid digital marketer, you know what that means for the Facebook Messenger platform. Some major changes are coming. I've actually have been sticking my head in the sand a little bit on how I can combat this, because a lot of my leads are generated online. But some changes are coming. I have come up with a few ideas that I hope to share with you. Obviously, we haven't tried it out yet because those changes only come next year. But I just wanted to share those ideas with you on how I'm trying to combat these changes that are coming up. And it'll get kicking on the 15th of January, and then we can give you some feedback on how this works. Is there a better strategy, and how can we refine this a little bit more to continue getting leads and sales online? So if you haven't been on messenger marketing recently, then you haven't heard about the buzz that's happening on the 15th. You know that we're just around the corner, and I want to make sure that you and your bot and all your marketing strategies are ready to go for that change. So Messenger are making these changes. Well, they say it's improvement. I don't think so. For the user experience, well, if people have not been using the platform effectively, then these changes are coming for the rest of us, and it's more like a punishment. But every day they want to be protecting people, and they're getting scammed and they're being abused on their phones, and Facebook wants to drive more effective business outcomes. So as an industry, we need to adapt. We need to find better ways of connecting with our customers while staying compliant to the rules that Facebook does give us, especially with these upcoming changes. So here's a breakdown of the changes and actions that you can take to rein in using new channels to scale your business, to support the messenger marketing strategy that you've spent some good amount of money and time on doing as well. So basically what would happen on the 15th of January next year, businesses will only be allowed to message subscribers within 24 hours of the subscriber's last interaction with that business page. Now, this is known as the 24-hour messaging window. Now, this is a normal rule. It's always been there. But what's happening now is we can no longer send messages to people that have not interacted with us for longer than those 24 hours. So promotional content will be continued. You can continue with your promotional content within that 24-hour window. Okay, so once somebody makes that first contact with you on Messenger, you got 24 hours to hit them with some promotional material. You can't wait a week or anything like that like before. So the biggest change is that the messages that are sent outside of this 24-hour window must be tagged with one of 4 message tags. And those 4 message tags are: 1, a confirmed event. So if you are messaging outside 24 hours, it must be about a confirmed event update, about a post-purchase update, an account update, or a human agent. Facebook hasn't really given us some kind of rules about a human agent, but I think if you're going to message outside of the 24-hour window, it's going to be a normal message. It can't be the bot that's messaging. Now, I know what you're thinking. You could probably hire somebody to copy and paste a message for you. Maybe I'll try that on a couple of thousand of my leads and see how that works out. But right now, the bot cannot interact with your audience after 24 hours if it's not tagged for this. Now, if you're somebody like me and we're not into events all the time, your primary your primary product is actually a service, and you're generating leads and you're taking those leads offline to convert them. I mean, a confirmed event update or a post-purchase update or even an account update just wouldn't make sense. So right now I only have the human agent option, and I'm going to take a test group, and I'm going to have my virtual assistant run out the strategy where she's copying and pasting these messages, and we see how lucky we get if Facebook is picking this up, and see if we can still continue with a similar kind of strategy. And I will take a second test group and work out another strategy for them. And obviously, I'm going to give you some feedback on that. So as a bot user, you will need to review the flows of your messaging. Make sure that initial message falls within that first 24 hours, and reducing your times to ensure that you're complying with the new rules come the 15th of January. And apply the appropriate message tags to these Facebook messages that you're sending outside the 24-hour window. So obviously, if you're in e-commerce or if you are in events and you have an account and stuff like that for your clients, you can use any of those message tags, and you need to adjust the flows accordingly. So during these holidays, if you're going to be working like me, you got to schedule some time to get this done. And if you're not working, please try and get it done. You don't want to be kicked off this platform. There could be some exciting changes in the future. So I for one, I'm not abandoning this platform altogether, as it's going to be in my marketing strategy. I'm going to be playing with it all of the time. New rules could come. I mean, this platform has made me so much money. I just can't leave it. I invested a lot of time, a lot of money into getting the strategy right. It's working for me now. So I will make those minor changes to ensure that I am compliant on Facebook. I do not want my Facebook ad account to be shut down. So for any messages that don't fit in the message tags that we've discussed, those four, the next alternative is to use SMS or email instead. Now, I know we're taking a step back here with SMS and email, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so if it doesn't fit into those tags, you got to use additional platforms to try and get your message across to that audience. Or like I said, the human agent option. I'm not advocating that. I am going to do a sample and we'll give you some feedback. So now you can start gathering. Now that you know that you can retarget these customers with alternate methods, you need to start gathering these phone numbers, start gathering these email addresses immediately. Send a broadcast while you can to say, hey, Facebook rules are changing. I plan to do this maybe early in Jan. Okay, Facebook rules are changing. We're reducing the amount of time we spend on updating you on the Messenger platform. If you want to continue getting updates from us, send us your SMS. Then obviously you're going to have to come up with an SMS strategy. If you already have an email strategy going, hopefully you do, because we've always been advocating that you got to have multiple touch points with your clients and potential clients. So either or even both platforms come up with a strategy and ensure that you have access to your audience through those independent channels. Because we've always said, if Facebook shuts down, we need another way to reach our customers. So we can't depend on one channel alone. And SMS, you can still reach them on the phone, and even email as well. But what it does do, this change, what it does do is it opens up the WhatsApp API, the business API. It's looking a lot nicer now, where you can get that API onto your computer and set up a business account, and you can start interacting with your customers there. And again, it's also the human element as well. I'm not sure, I haven't found any bots for the WhatsApp API, so it's the human element. You're going to have to get somebody. I mean, I'm not one to be sitting and messaging people, thousands of people one-on-one. That's not going to happen with me, but it's worth investigating. And obviously, we're going to check that out for you and give you some feedback on how you can use WhatsApp. Now, I know WhatsApp is not really big in the US, but outside the US, it is huge. I keep in contact with basically everybody I know that's outside the US on WhatsApp. So whatever alternate messaging platform, I know most of my listeners, you guys are in the US, whatever's popular in your part of the world, maybe look into that, whether it's IMO, Telegram, I don't know if Viber is still a thing. You can even look at Viber as well. So I'm going to be looking at that and giving you some feedback. So familiarize yourself with these omni-channel approaches to run these campaigns, not just the messenger platform. We need to diversify. This major change is coming. It's going to impact many businesses, either positively or negatively. But we should have wised up a long time ago and looked at the multi-channel approach. So those are the changes. Excuse me. Those are the changes that are coming. That is how I am trying to combat those changes. I'm still going to be using Messenger as a form of as a campaign, as a marketing channel for my various businesses, not all, but definitely consider the human element. And if you're into that e-commerce and online client generation, then you have those tags, and you're going to be fine. So when it comes to those tags, again, a confirmed event is information about an event that the subscriber has registered for. So it can even be an online event. Maybe you're running a sale. One way you can combat this, the event update, is set up an event on Facebook, whether it's an online event or an offline event, but use the event feature on the page and set up the event. Even if it's a sale, if it's a one-day promotion, but set it up as an event. And then when these people subscribe to the event or want to get notifications about the event, or if they click going, they're going to the event. That will give you an opportunity to tag this client as an event subscriber, because they have subscribed to your event, no matter what event it is on Facebook. So not the most ethical way, but it is a workaround. Post-purchase update. It's about confirmed transactions, shipment status, and order changes. Again, here, it could be an offline transaction, and you can message people that have previously purchased from you and confirm the transaction again, and put a little message at the back end of that a transaction message. And again, not the most ethical. Account update. You can give updates about application status, approvals, suspicious activity, and fraud alerts as well. And then there's the human agent. Now, human is able to respond to inquiries around 7 days. So we don't have the 24-hour rule for the human agent part. You have 7 days, so you can message them. And again, like I said, copy paste, unless some clever programmer out there comes up with something new for us to use on whatever bot platforms we're using, on how we can still mass market this in a way. So you need to prepare for these new account rules. Any untagged messages will not be sent beyond the 24-hour messaging rule as of 15th of January 2020. So content that does not fit into any approved tagged, you can send SMSs depending on the platform you're using, and the emails instead. Alright, so that's my chatbot update and what it means for you, and some workarounds, not so ethical workarounds that you can use to continue to utilize this platform while you transition. If you haven't built up those multi-channel approaches yet, you have about 6 weeks or so. Can you believe it's already the 2nd of December and Christmas is just a couple of weeks away, and thereafter this rule kicks in. So start those multi-channel approaches if you haven't done so already. So that's it for me on the Digital Marketing Masters podcast. I'll chat to you next week, and be sure to subscribe on whichever channel you're listening to. And if you could be so kind as to give me some honest feedback on Apple, that would be great. On Apple Podcasts, that would really be great, and help me to reach more people out there with my advice and the content that I put out on the show. All right, so you have a fantastic week, and I will chat to you next time on the Digital Marketing Masters podcast.